Funnels are like buffets. Everyone piles food on their plate, but most of it goes untouched. Loop marketing? That's more like a dinner party with a sous chef. AI, who knows exactly who wants gluten-free, who's keto, and who wants chicken nuggets shaped like dinosaurs. Welcome to Marketing Mentors. I'm Tasha, joined by the one and only solution seeker, Semi. Hey, Semi.
Hello, Tasha. How are we today?
I'm excited. I mean, I do love a buffet, but you are right. Often people put too much food on there and then a whole bunch goes to waste.
Yeah, no one eats it.
Yeah, it's not the best.
And then you feel bad for putting so much food on your plate.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, this is a really cool analogy. And I guess if you didn't catch what I said there, we are talking about loop marketing today, which is a framework that HubSpot dropped a couple of weeks ago at Inbound. Our previous episode, we were going to talk about in this episode. So here we are, all things loop, positives and negatives and just
absolutely.
nothing.
I think you're right, there was like a lot of spotlight, 200 plus features and stuff they launched in our last episode. So if you haven't watched it, go watch that one. And this bit is the framework that they're putting together to then support it. Right?
Yeah, I have opinions.
Yeah,
but
I think we're both.
We have a segment in this episode where we will share those opinions. But let's
rants.
just rants, opinion rants, whatever. Let's just be kind of like impartial and talk about what it is and why we should be doing it.
Yeah.
Based off of what HubSpot is feeding us. So the idea of the loop framework is this, they call it a new framework, rent incoming. It's not new, but it's the playbook for the AI era. So it was unveiled at Inbound earlier this year. The idea of this loop marketing framework that they're saying is to move beyond the linear funnel, which the funnel is not dead, but move beyond the funnel of awareness, consideration, purchase towards a more continuous loop, right? Where every customer interaction is feeding into and improving future marketing, retention, expansion, blah, 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 blah. The goal here is at compounding growth rather than a one-off kind of like traditional journey, whichever way you want to go, right?
Well, if you do think about it right now, because of AI and everywhere you look at is now AI this, AI that, AI feature this, AI feature that. It's like, I think there was I don't know where we got this stat from, but 60% of Google searches now end up in no clicks because AI gives people answers before they even reach the first page.
Yeah, I reckon people don't even realize what they're reading, but when you Google search something now, we obviously know that Google's released its... the first thing that comes up is the AI answer. And I know personally, as a consumer of content off Google, I have definitely stopped clicking stuff if I'm getting the result in the top. To be fair, I've also been misled by that little snippet a few times.
I think the key here is if you know what you're looking for, then you can find the answer straight away. If you're not looking for, and then you do get in that loophole of misinfo, that's for another, I guess, conversation. But for example, when you're trying to find things in HubSpot right now, honestly, I just Google it. And then the Google answer, the Google answer. To be a
HubSpot specialist.
the Google AI pulls information from HubSpot's knowledge base, and it gives me the answer.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I Google HubSpot stuff all the time, but I know what I'm looking for.
That's right. That's what I said.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Cool.
When you know what you're looking for.
So he's like, I'm a HubSpot specialist, but I don't know what I'm looking for, so I Google search about HubSpot. I'm joking. He does it. He's very clever.
Straight away.
He's very good. So, I mean, let's come back to, this idea of loop marketing, if you haven't put it together, HubSpot's saying, I don't think they're saying it replaces the funnel, but I think it is saying that it's like an extension of, or it's the new age of a funnel.
I think when we're talking about it, we said that HubSpot's the flywheel thing is like, that's a wow.
Where did the flywheel go? HubSpot dropped that a few years and it's gone.
Well, I was just thinking about it. When you when you put two flywheels together, you get infinity loop, and that's the reason, right?
Oh, that's smart. I didn't think about that. I don't think it was that.
I was just thinking about HubSpot too much.
I mean, maybe that's actually quite clever. I didn't think about two flywheels. I forgot about the flywheel a few years ago, shortly after it came out. I was like, oh, yep, here's another one. Nonetheless, loop marketing is combining AI-powered efficiencies with human authenticity and creativity to emphasize speed, personalization, data feedback, and iteration. So just to zoom out a little bit, for marketers that have been doing marketing for a long time, generally speaking, you have a go-to-market plan or strategy. You go, okay, cool, here's my strategy that I want to take to the market. Here's who I want to sell to. These are the pain points that we solve. This is what my ICP or ideal client profile looks like. And then we go to market with the right message to the right people. We track, we monitor, we optimize, we report back on it in, a 6 or 12 month time period. That is a very standard approach for good marketers. And I don't think that that's new. I know that that's not new. I mean, we've been doing it for years. We've been doing it for years. So what I think, and so is a lot of people, but we just haven't given it a fancy term. That's just a best practice. So what I think Loop Marketing is doing is just kind of packaging up that process and then using AI to help. So obviously we didn't have AI, just a few years ago. Definitely not when I started in my career. So a lot of our insights and optimizations that we would make would be based off of what we know as experienced marketers and how campaigns perform. Obviously AI knows how to do that quicker now. So the idea of, why Loop, if it's not obvious, we're trying to be more AI first, right? I think HubSpot's trying to be more AI first, using AI across all of the platform and all the different hubs to really push that. We know that we're seeing declined website traffics, just like what Semi just said. Buyers are now scattered across multiple channels, social, videos, communities, AI chats. AI chat is a big one, hey?
Yeah.
Personalization is huge. Like if something's not personalized for you these days, when it is personalized for you, there's automatic trust there and we talk a lot about trust in our messaging. So AI is allowing more personalization. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with what they're saying. So the funnel is a one-way street. That's why we don't the contrast of this old versus new. Flywheel added retention, but it was still quite mechanical, whereas they're saying Loop is like a racetrack where every lap it gets faster. Whatever works for you. I think at the core of it, Loop Marketing is your traditional standard go-to-market approach.
Yeah.
With AI at every stage of it.
That's exactly right. Embedded into your current process. So if you're doing it, it's like, I think we're doing it ad hoc anyway, like with ChatGPT and all these features, you go into it and like, hey, can you make this a little bit better? Can you do this with it? Can you give me analysis on this? And it's like HubSpot's now trying to shine a light to it and say, call it as what it is and say, hey, we're going to call it Loop Marketing under this framework. And then now we release all these features to then support you with your role. And here's the playbook and feature on how to actually do that work, right? That's what it is.
It's just something fancy. I mean, shout out to a good friend of mine, Craig from Zen Systems and HubShots, another HubSpot podcast. And I listened to his somewhat rant earlier about Loop. And as I'm listening to it, I'm like, amen, yes, this is gold. Like, it's exactly how I feel. Funny. And it's like, it's confusing. Like, it's almost unnecessary confusion, but it just feels like another... No bad kind of issues with HubSpot here, but it just feels like they were like, hey, we need a new framework or something sexy we can take to the market to help people understand and fathom all of the tools that we're about to drop on them. Let's call it Loop Marketing and do it like this. And it's like, okay, cool. Does it change the way we need to do our jobs?
Yeah.
Yes, but you don't have to be like, oh, we have to be doing Loop Marketing. No. You just have to understand how AI and the right type of AI at the right time in your go-to-market strategy is going to be impactful. That's all.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Right, what tools are you going to use when to drive impact?
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. It's just, and I get this more and more now that we know we've got a lot of onboarding clients and we're talking to them about this stuff. They get confused. They're not there yet, in my opinion.
Oh, we've said this in other episodes. Yeah. None of our clients are anywhere close to being able to call themselves an AI first company. I mean, I think 100%. We're doing a great job as a business, Red Pandas, but we could be doing better. We could always be doing better.
But it's just, there's so much in there, and you're always trying to figure out, is this going to add more work to me, and am I going to get the return out of that work versus is it, go back to the conversation we had last week or in our last episode. It's the same thing. It's like, set this up, configure it, get some results, try it again, see what works.
That's loop marketing.
That takes a lot of effort, and that is loop marketing.
Loop.
And then you go, is it going to then actually give me returns?
Yeah.
Right.
So like what you just said there, that is like this concept of loop.
Yeah.
But using the AI tools.
Yeah, and they're saying trust AI to then give us those results so then we can do better personalizations, customizations, segmentations, what do you want to call it?
So
data stuff. Like
more data stuff. More about loop. So they've broken it up into 4 kind of stages. We're going to go through those 4 pretty high level. The first one is express. So this is what I was saying before. Who's your target market? Who's your ICP? What's their pain points? Buy persona, whatever you want to call it. In HubSpot, that kind of translates to your brand voice, your style guide, and your ideal client profile clarity.
Yeah.
I just read the next line. The secret spice mix only you can bring. Otherwise, AI makes a bland casserole.
There you go.
I love this. So what are the tools in HubSpot that you could use to do this define your taste section? Is really Breeze Assistant. So the Breeze Assistant is there. I mean, I use it a lot for mainly troubleshooting stuff at this point, but I'm assuming you can like prompt it and ask it things about your current database.
You can ask it. Information about, hey, what happened with this client, or can you give me a rundown? It gives you that quick answers. But then remember, there is a connector for ChatGPT and HubSpot deep research connector, right? Where you can then query it and ask you those questions.
Which I bragged about a little bit when it first came out. I think it was a bit slow. I haven't used it for a while. I haven't used it recently, but I would imagine it's got.
That's better. I think that's where it's leading to, right? Yeah, it's like use these tools to then give you your customer, express and identify your ICP, so we can go, okay, cool, let's make more of them.
And then you've got brand identity in HubSpot as well, which is is it brand identity? It's not brand identity.
It's brand voice, brand identity, something very similar, like branding info.
Yeah. So a pro tip here, I mean, if you haven't defined your brand, and I'm not talking about a brand guide
or your customer, right?
Or your customer. If you haven't got that defined, then just do an internal workshop with maybe a marketing, a sales, and a customer service person to define your voice, right? And spoiler alert, use ChatGPT to help you.
I was going to say that. Feed it into ChatGPT, then give you, or you can use, again, if you're using HubSpot, of course. Then you can then ask it, query, okay, cool, like, what are the top 5 customers that I've sold highest value to? So then tell me what.
Breeze Assistant, you can then fuel your brand guide inside of HubSpot based off of actual insights. Yeah,
tell me the commonalities between that, what worked, what didn't work, what can I prime, and I think it's like more getting clearer on, because there's a lot of noise right now, getting clearer with your messaging and clearer understanding who your ICP is, and then using that to then feed information to HubSpot.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, talking about knowing who you're talking to, the second point is tailor.
Yeah.
So we all know first name merge fields or personalization tokens. We know what they are. So move beyond just a personalization token. So hi Semi or hi Tasha. When you forget to edit the global content and it says hi first name.
Yeah.
I've received a few emails like that before.
Use
CRM, behavioral data, and AI enrichment. So that's kind of how you can tailor your message. And not just in emails, but on landing pages, social. You can't tailor social content, but like particular images. I don't want to get too tactical here, but that's what we mean by tailor. There's a good analogy here. I must share it, and then you go. The picky dinner guests, one's a vegan, one's gluten-free. Tailoring makes everyone feel understood. It's so new age.
Absolutely.
So if I had a vegan or a gluten-free person over for dinner, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Beat that out. I got like 4 types of barbecues in my backyard, mate. There's no way.
It's a non-meat chicken. In saying that, I think this is not kind of new. I think they've been using it, like, again, going back to if you're doing cold email marketing stuff, just a reference. There is a group of people where if you want to reach out to them, you would then look at people's profile, write information in, and then customize your first line, and then send that email out, right? But now with the AI stuff, people just bulk do that. through Excel sheets. Now imagine doing that within your HubSpot
Yep.
on all your clients,
Yeah,
right?
autopilot almost.
Pretty much autopilot that would then research them based on information and then
Yep.
give you a first line or something that might be like, hey, in our last conversation we had XYZ.
Yep.
You don't have to write that anymore. Just remember, allow you to then support that with that.
Everything that Semi's talking about is super cool. This AI-powered segmentation, a personalization agent. It all costs though.
Yeah, exactly.
the price. Uses your credits.
HubSpot credits.
Right, which you get like 5,000 with your pro subscription.
3,000 with I think
Starters?
marketing content is like 5,000. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you get
It
a lot.
varies,
I don't
yeah,
actually
3,000.
I don't know how they're fully used, but you can.
Yeah,
if
I
you go
use the-
top right,
Yeah.
click your what's it called? Click your hub name. You can see how many credits you've got left for a
Yeah,
month.
it's next to a marketing contact. So non-marketing
Yeah.
contacts, marketing contact is right next to that. You'll be
Beautiful.
able to see that.
All right, so we've talked about expressing, defining your ICP,
Yeah.
tailoring, making it personal.
And
One-
amplify.
Once we've tailored, yeah, you're right, we've got to amplify. So meet people where they're at. I mean, I just read something and it triggered a memory back in the day when I first started working in marketing. Omni-channel marketing was like
Yeah.
a really hot word. And I remember when I first started, I was quite young. I was like, what is omni-channel marketing? Like I had no idea. It's just a buzzword.
Yeah.
There's another one here, multi-channel.
Yeah.
Multi-channel marketing. AI engine optimization. Spoiler alert, we're going to share something on this later. Be discoverable in LLMs or learning language models.
Yeah,
one or
something
the
like
other.
that. Means AI.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Simple.
Marketers love their, what do we call those?
Acronyms.
Yeah, that's it.
That's true.
That is true. Creators and communities. So just the content that you've used AI to help you create and tailor, just get it to the right place. Have it visible. Like we used to say, get the eyeballs to it, the right eyeballs to it, right? What are the tools in HubSpot that they're pushing here?
Well, there is. I think the idea is still be able to go out to different channels to then reach your audiences, but then tailoring your message so that they get it appropriately based on that. Facebook information is different to like LinkedIn information and vice versa. So tailoring their information are valuable for the channel.
Yeah.
And there is different tools to be able to use that. You got your marketing studio, which is quite fancy. I've got to believe it's pretty cool. I do see a very good use out of it. There's the search engine optimization to see like what type of conversations are people having about you within AI, and there's that tool that we would recommend having a look at. And obviously, so it's like putting your messaging out to everyone on different channels that would then target with your AI to then be able to do that. Remember, HubSpot released Remix is very similar to that. Essentially having that content tailored to that channel to be able to reach those audiences that you've hopefully trying to nurture in a personalized manner.
So this one I would have a word of caution with,
Yeah,
right? If
absolutely.
you're not doing anything like this, don't start with every single
Overwhelming,
channel.
man.
Just do one. Focus on where your audience already is. So if you know that you've got an active audience on LinkedIn or on YouTube or on Instagram, whatever.
Yeah, it's like maybe trying.
Focus on
Yeah,
that.
it's like maybe trying TikTok out and like we didn't. I don't know how much sales we got out of it. I think 0. But then when we started actively working on LinkedIn, that's where our market was, right? We got sales out of it.
Exactly.
And so it's just finding that right target. You still need to find that market do exist, but I don't think it's going to replace. I don't think you should be. There isn't a need to then be able to push everything to everyone. For if your goals aren't aligned with what you're trying to achieve. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to make sales, there's no point for us to like market TikTok and stuff, essentially.
No, of course. Just
And
be
it'd
where
be
your
too
audience
difficult.
is
Exactly.
and use HubSpot's data insights to tell you where your audience is, where people that commonly buy from you, what they look like, where they spend their time. It's the same stuff. This is stuff we've been saying for years, but all that has changed is using AI to help you do those things. HubSpot's made it a little bit easier by embedding the AI tool into those features, which is what we're talking about. So they've we've been talking about this for about a year. They started sprinkling it into the tool over a year ago, and now they're getting focused on, okay, cool, the AI feature that we're going to use in Marketing Hub is going to help people amplify their messages. And we're going to track, monitor, analyze, and make I don't think it'll make changes for you, but it's going to do like insights. to be quite honest, Google's been doing this for years already. Like, it tracks your ads, and then obviously it knows which ads are performing better than others. And then you can go into Google and see recommended insights. Now, whether or not you use those recommendations, that's completely up to you. But that's what, like, we do for clients. We do this anyway. So it's not new. It's just getting up to speed.
Putting a bit more steroid on it,
it.
like put a bit more petrol on the fire and trying to see how you can make
it
most
faster.
of it. Make it faster.
Because this
do more of it.
New age is like everything's got to be done quick. So our last section of Loop is evolve. We just said that. Learn and improve in real time.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that they're recommending to then utilize like data agents and stuff to then actually, or like, smart digest. I think we tried finding it. It was a bit difficult.
The tools that they're recommending for the evolve section.
Some of them are out. Some of them are out. Yeah.
I have no idea what they are.
But essentially what they're saying is like use the data that you found to then feed it back into ChatGPT to say, hey, how can I optimize this for this actual reason, and get those learnings and put it back into the loop again, right? That's what that is.
And again, something that I know 100% we've been testing here.
Oh, we do all the time
for our clients. Like, we absolutely love testing and getting data back on how the things we've done have performed, and then getting it to help us with recommendations. This is a good analogy. If no one eats your broccoli, stop serving broccoli. Adjust the menu on the fly, obviously, right? A tip here would be replace campaigns with experiments. So I guess you could, if you shift your perspective and think of it less as a campaign, here's a campaign we're running. No, here is an experiment. It's just that shift in the word actually will change your mindset. If you know it's an experiment, you know that you're going to be testing, optimizing, and
more often than you intend to do. I think that's
campaign, set, forget. Experiment, check in. How's it going? So, I like that.
And the check in is done by AI and stuff, and you can promote that information, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to keep riffing on about loop marketing.
No, honestly, I think there is a little element to it. Like, you've been doing this for a long time, but like, honest opinion on what loop marketing, do you see it currently? I think this is more of a, based on your real life experience with the clients that you have. Is there room for loop marketing with AI and all those features that we just mentioned? Is there room on our current clients? And is that too far-fetched? Is the gap too far-fetched, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I can't bring this loop marketing concept to my clients. Like, they won't get it. I think if they're interested, if they want to know what my take is on it, I would break it down completely and just say, look, it's not replacing a funnel. It's not replacing inbound. It really is just another version or another way of it's just a new term that HubSpot is trying to use to express what we're already doing. The biggest takeaway from it, I would say, is they've released a bunch of AI features that are now in your portal with the use of like Data Hub and Data Insights and these agents. We can test, measure, and optimize your portal all over it using AI better. I mean, strategically, we're still the trusted strategic marketing person to the client.
I agree with you. I think I figured it out.
Sammy's had a light bulb moment.
You know what you need to do? Friday afternoon, when you're like absolutely exhausted from weeks of work, you just chill in front of HubSpot and then use up your HubSpot credits testing all this stuff out.
Yeah, at the end of a month, right?
Sure, at the end of the month, in the week, either way.
Otherwise, you wasted it all. Yeah, look, I don't disagree with it. I'm not saying I disagree with it. I think it's just loop is more a bit of a new term and a way to use HubSpot AI features amongst their new tools. HubSpot's dropped so many new AI features that they needed a way that they could make it more digestible for its clients, customers. So they're like, okay, cool, here's loop marketing. You can, if you don't know anything about marketing, you're not a marketer, you've never done marketing in your life, you could follow the loop marketing framework and probably deliver really good campaigns or experiments, should I say. You probably could, because it's more or less a good framework. But as a seasoned marketer and someone that's been around, we've been doing this for years already.
Yeah.
The only thing that's different is using AI. So I'm going to lean into it because I want to see what HubSpot's AI tools can do for me now, so that I don't have to do the hard work. I'll let AI do it. You want to call it loop, go ahead, call it loop. But it's Craig, my friend that I mentioned before, he made a really good point in his rant, And he's like, it's about AI for relevance at scale. So use AI at the right time for scale to narrow it down. That's it.
That's a really good.
That was a good takeaway.
Yeah, good takeaway.
Yep.
Yep. On that note.
Yes.
On that note, our feature will be on the AI engine optimization.
Say it again.
Grader.
I said it wrong. It's the AEO grader. HubSpot released a new tool many years ago. They had it was like a domain, an SEO
domain, SEO
grader.
Website grader or something.
You chuck in your domain and it spits you out an SEO report. So I'm about to walk you through what the AEO grader looks like. Anything else, Emmy?
No, I think that's it. That's thanks very much.
Let's get it. Hey there. So in this short loom, I want to run you through HubSpot's new AEO grader and what is so good about it. So essentially, we all know that AI engine optimization, or AEO, is essentially something that we need to be doing, right? If you're thinking about how your brand shows up inside of AI versus traditional search, then this tool will give you those insights. We all know that in an AI era, more users are actually going to ChatGPT and Perplexity and Gemini to ask their questions, as opposed to just Google. So this tool, once you've loaded up your information, will actually give you a report based off of its insights as to how your brand, is showing up inside of those AI engines. So let's get straight into it. Now, first, you're going to see this page where you've got to load up your company name, your location, your product or service, and your industry. So what I like about some of the features here already is that you can hover over the eye and it gives you good instructions how to prompt the AEO grader. So when you're putting in your product or service, make sure you're specific and you describe your product or service as your customers would. For example, email marketing software or made-to-order cabinets. In terms of your location, consider the location or geography that best describes your reach of the market. So it could be a city, a country, a region, or global, and then finally your industry. So once you've loaded all those things up, it takes probably a couple of minutes. You will then land on your report page. So this is a report demo that I did on HubSpot themselves. So they're clearly ranking quite well. And then if you want the full report, so you'll probably get to about here, it'll then have to put your email address in, of course, to be able to get the full report here. Definitely worth it, in my opinion. So in terms of what you're actually going to get is just those three kind of key LLM providers and then a breakdown of key scores like brand recognition, market score, presence quality, brand sentiment, and share of voice. Now, if you're thinking, what on earth do half of those mean? I'm with you there. As you scroll down, you start to actually get some more information of what does brand recognition actually mean. So this shows how visible your brand is across those channels. Obviously, a higher score means more people are going to recognize your brand name. So obviously the goal is to have high scores all around. But what I do like about these reports, and this is very similar to any of HubSpot's other previous reports or tools that generates reports for you, is that it highlights areas where you can actually focus on and do some work to increase your brand awareness, for example, or your market competition, measuring your brand's presence in the industry conversations compared to your competitors. So your share of voice in terms of AI. And then it gives us in-depth analysis summary. So where your strengths are, where there are some growth areas, where there is market trajectory, gives you some contextual analysis. So what's the theme of the narrative that's happening within these AI channels? How is your brand being perceived and recurring kind of stories and topics around your brand? I like the sentiment analysis, which is evaluating the language the AI responses to your queries about to then determine the holistic sentiment and market perception. So that sounds like a whole bunch of fun words there, but it's essentially like, what are the AI engines? How are they perceiving you? What's their, if I can, their emotion towards your brand in these three different channels? So we're looking for things like how are customers reviewing you? What's feedback about? As we know, AI is looking all over the place. So these three tools are gathering that general sentiment about your brand within its search results. When users come to them and ask for things like,
I'm looking for the best CRM for my team of 50 or whatever it might be. So as the report goes on, it gives you a little bit more insights into where to look and consider. But for the most part, that's how you use the AEO grader. I think it's a really cool tool. It's free. Give it a go. See what you think, and at least it's giving you some direction as to where you might need to focus some of your content marketing efforts in terms of blogging, social media, other types of online presences that you might not even be aware of that are being tracked through or being recorded through these AI channels. But with that said, have fun grading yourselves with HubSpot's new AEO grader.